the hipsters, all the, those chubby, green-haired tundra Wookiees. They want to have abortions, but no one will sleep with them. You know those? You're doing it because you're a filthy communist, and you're trying to unravel our society.
Filthy communist?
Yeah, baby. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free, with my friend John Mulrooney joining us again.
Look at we match. We didn't do this on purpose.
It's autumn. It's autumn.
We didn't call. I said, Kevin, what are you wearing? Tell me. No, you have to tell me.
I say I identify as a leaf as it falls from the tree in the autumn.
I'm Spicy Pumpkin. That's going to be my stripper name just for the fall.
I've been calling you that for years.
Please welcome to the stage, Spicy Pumpkin.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Yeah.
Folks, we have so much fun stuff to get to. We're not going to get to all of it, but by golly, we're going to try.
Better more than less.
Absolutely. So much fun stuff going on. I want to remind you, before we get started, you can come this Friday. You can watch live from Studio 6B right here at the America First Warehouse. Tickets are free. Line up at 7:30, and that's when the doors open. It's like maybe you want to get there a little earlier.
Tickets are free, just $8.
Just $8. So, yeah, we open the doors at 7:30 every Friday. What's that? $5. I'm sorry. It's $5.
I was trying to make a few bucks for you.
It's $5 to get in. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So check it out. Go to the AmericaFirstWarehouse.com. Send an email or call in. Say, yes, I need tickets. I need this many tickets. And we'll give you that many tickets. John, how are you? What's going on, my friend?
What's going on? What isn't going on? I'm just loving everything. Yesterday, I know I sent you a text. I said I was watching Pete Hegseth, and I had such an extension. I was going to hang a flag from it and join the Marines. How fired up were you watching him go out there? You know what I loved? I loved that he started his speech, stepped around the front of the podium, and I don't know if he had to be reading that off of a teleprompter, I'm assuming somewhere, but he left the two teleprompters on the podium behind. He stood forward, and man, they try to teach it in the police academy and in the military academy, command presence, and they can teach you the form, but that guy had it in content also.
Yep.
When he walked out there, you knew you were listening to a guy who was large and in charge, and man, did he bitch slap the wokies. We're done with DEI.
Yep.
We're done with dudes wearing dresses.
Yep.
We're done with social justice, with fake environmental issues. And I love when he actually looked up and he said, we're done with all of that shit. Mm-hmm. The men are back in charge.
Yep.
How do you not love that?
You know what, folks? I say this on my radio show all the time. The most important thing that Trump has done thus far is de-woke the military.
Yes.
Because that's the military that will happily aim a gun at the MAGA cap on your head and pull the trigger. They think you're the enemy. They think we're the bad guys. And they have no qualms about shooting us. That was why Biden was making the military all wokey-dokey so they could shoot us. And now they're chasing them out. They're chasing out all the they-thems and all the whatnots who are they would happily shoot us.
I was shocked when I saw how many members of the military were actually on board with multiple genders, men and women's sports, men and women's bathrooms.
Men and women's underwear.
What's wrong with that? Hold on. Then there are those who would judge. I actually have. You know what? I got a couple of Pete number 10, if you would, Mr. Bill. Pete Hegseth telling him, "No more of you fat asses in the military." Yeah. Hello. Do you remember when we saw the guard? I mean, you might not have been with me on this trip to D.C., but I saw the guard down there, and I'm seeing these people that are built like the Liberty Bell, but with a bigger crack.
Yeah.
In camos.
Yep.
And I'm going, oh, look at that bush moving over there.
Yeah.
I'm going, how are these people in the military?
Fatty acids all over the joint.
Fatty acids all over. So cut 10, if you can, Mr. Bill. This is Pete Hegseth. Tell him. And then cut 11, we can play right after it. It's The View responding to, how dare he?
He doesn't have cut 11.
He doesn't have cut 11.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, It's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon and leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look. It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the Joint Force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service. Also today, at my direction, every warrior across our Joint Force is required to do PT every duty day. It should be common sense. I mean, most units do that already, but we're codifying it. And we're not talking like hot yoga and stretching. Real hard PT, either as a unit or as an individual. At every level, from the Joint Chiefs to everyone in this room to the youngest private, leaders set the standard. And so many of you do this already. Active, Guard, and Reserve.
We thank you.
Wow, that's
Nice.
amazing. Now, you know, I looked up what the physical requirements to be in the military. And, I mean, any high school kid who's in decent shape should be able to do it.
Right.
But it's still no joke. You got to run a couple of miles. You got to do the deadlift. You have to do, I think, a fireman's carry, a couple. I forget what the other ones are. Oh, pull-ups are mandatory. But the thing I love about Hegseth is this guy is out there doing what the troops are doing.
Yep.
He was in. Did you see the competition he had with RFK Jr.? RFK Jr. I think he was up to like 16 friggin' pull-ups.
Wow.
The guy's 71 years old.
That's amazing.
Unbelievable. I would have loved to have been there and watched the face of the generals that were sitting there, that the ones that obviously, you know, are not going to do any pull-ups unless they're pulling up to a picnic table.
Yep.
But yeah.
And you know what I love about this day? After Hegseth goes up and says, all right, you fatty acids, let's get in shape.
Fatty acids.
Out comes Trump. And what does Trump say? We're going into the big blue toilet towns. We're taking them back. We're taking them back, folks.
Is that his or yours, the
That's
big
mine.
blue tie? Oh, I was going to say, that sounds like something he would say.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking with Teresa the other day, and I might have mentioned this to you. In some native traditions, they have a character, an archetypal character, that they actually call the sacred clown. Did I tell you about this?
No.
Yeah, and in these archetypal characters, the sacred clown is a trump. It's someone who's serious but knows when to be funny in the serious times.
Wow.
But you know, brings the pain when it have to. And that's what I love about Hegseth when he said, listen, you got to be in shape, because guess what? You know what our job is? We're going back to the warrior ethos. Mm-hmm. We kill people and break their stuff.
Yep. We kill people.
And break their stuff. It's
That's
like, yeah,
amazing.
we're not the Department of Defense anymore.
Yeah.
It's the Department of War.
You know what? I've been seeing a lot of this lately, and it's only going to get better. Finally, the cops are not handcuffed when it comes to Antifa.
That was great.
You see them throwing them around?
That was awesome. One guy got knocked on his ass and cracked his head. It wasn't excessive force, but I felt bad for him because he was an older guy, and he was standing where he shouldn't have, and he just kind of tripped. He got hurt, and I felt bad. But enough is enough.
Yeah.
You know who the people with the ones with the umbrellas,
Oh, yeah.
and the ones that get behind the umbrella with the megaphone. Go,
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just want to punch them in the face.
Imagine how that came up at some blue-haired Antifa meeting. Oh, I've got a new tactic. I'm going to get an umbrella, and then I'm going to have a megaphone, and I'm going to go whoop, 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 just to annoy people.
While jackass Newsom is out there yelling at ICE to take your face masks off, everyone in that Antifa group has got a gator. Is that what they call him, a gator?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
They got a sock over their face.
Yeah.
The same one they use in their room when their mother isn't home.
Hey, smells like me. Tastes like me.
A bunch of little me's.
Folks, we got John Mulroney here on the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Everything is going great. There's just so much good news, and it's so entertaining. I wrote a piece at PJ Media today, you want to check out called MAGA Ha-Has. The left be clowns themselves, and Trump likes to help, or something like that. I forget what I called it. Check it out, because remember, the more of my stuff you read, the more bourbon I get to buy. And Daddy's sick of being sober. So go to PJ Media, check it out. John, where can people find you?
You can go to Mulrooney Comic on Rumble, or you can check me out if you need to email me. It's mulrooneycomic@gmail.com. And here's another little something that should make your day, Kevin.
Go.
A CNN producer has been sentenced to nearly 20 years in prison for luring and sexually abusing a child. That's not the good news, obviously. But finally, a CNN producer. Didn't hear any of that on CNN, did you?
Wait, how old is this? Is this new?
This is fairly new, yeah. This is fairly new. John Griffin, formerly of Stamford, Connecticut, was sentenced Tuesday in U.S. District Court in Burlington by Judge William K. Sessions, had pleaded guilty earlier to a child sexual abuse charge. Did you know this guy was up on charges?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. One of them...
There's a couple of them, of course. It's CNN.
Wait, is that the guy? Now, did he lure a kid, or did he get the woman to bring the kid to him up in Vermont?
This one says luring and sexually abusing child. So I don't know if that means he did it. Let's see. The Griffin, formerly of Stamford. 2 remaining charges were dismissed as part of the plea deal. Plea agreement allowed the judge to impose a penalty of not less than 10 years, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
The girl that he abused and her grandmother took part in the hearing on Tuesday. Oh, so I don't think the grandmother was involved. The child that you did that to was my granddaughter, the grandmother said to Griffin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? I remember, I forget who it was. Someone said, you're not going to believe there's this worldwide pedophile thing years ago. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And now it's everywhere.
I was the same way, Kevin.
Maybe Alex, what's his face?
Alex Jones.
Yeah.
When people first started pointing out to me, I said the same thing. I was like, oh, come on. But then you hear Trump lean into 300,000 children missing under the Biden administration, 30,000 of which have already been found and returned. Why is that not front page news?
That is huge.
Everywhere.
It's only 10%. Actually, a little less, but
still, you should be celebrating that on the news right now.
Absolutely. And you know what I think, John? What do you think? I think the cartels who are selling the kids were cutting in the Democrats.
Without a doubt. Oh, without
Absolutely.
a doubt. Because the child trafficking and the organ harvesting are two huge businesses. Part of that has to do with abortion. Most people don't want to own up to that. They think it's Planned Parenthood. No, it is big business.
Yep, absolutely. Folks, the globalists spent years saying, ladies, don't have babies. Get out there and work in a cubicle. Abort those kids. And they're making money on every end of this. Folks, we're coming up on a break. John and I will be right back. We've got more stuff to talk about, and we'll try to make it funny.
Corrupt judges, broken families, families torn apart. This isn't justice. If you've been wronged by the system, join us. Don't stand alone. Hi, I'm Gary Jacobs, president of Americans for Legal Reform. We're the oldest legal reform group in the United States. The justice system in the United States should be transparent, fair, and open to everybody and accessible. Unfortunately, many times that's not the case. At Americans for Legal Reform, we are here to help. Join the movement. Visit AmericansForLegalReform.com and help reform the system before it fails you.
My name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com. The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
It's Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse. I am Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket.
Freddie Rubino here with my podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to you live from the most patriotic venue in the land.
Welcome to Right for America.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to Tune In Tuesday of the Patriots Podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30.
Another edition of On the Right Side here, and you can catch us weekly, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And welcome to Liberty's Cage, where we rip the veil off America's broken justice system, prisons that crush spirits, and a society that shuns people who have paid their price.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kevin Downey Jr. Podcast. Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
I was going to do this and then the White House thing.
All right, baby, we're back. John
back,
Mulrooney joining us. Yet again, always a pleasure to have you. This is way more fun when you and I do this. This is hilarious. Now, John, why don't you show the nice people what our friend Phil just sent us.
So my buddy Phil is watching from Sarasota, and we really didn't do this on purpose. The nice fall look, but he sent this picture of.
You can see it.
If you can see that, it's Captain Kirk, in basically the same his Captain Kirk outfit.
Yeah, I'm kind of wearing the same thing as the joke he's making there. Phil's making a little joke there, and it's pretty good. Pretty good.
So I got this. This is great. So Phil sent me this morning. This is the brand new. Stand by one. This is the. Oops.
What do you got?
The wrong things. Stand by. This is the new outgoing message. If you call the White House, this is what you get.
I love this.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. Hello, America. This is White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. Democrats in Congress have shut down the federal government because they care more about funding health care for illegal immigrants than they care about serving you, the American people. Until Democrats vote for the clean, Republican-backed continuing resolution to reopen the government, the White House is unable to answer your call or respond to your questions. We look forward to hearing from you again very soon. And in the meantime, please know President Trump will never stop fighting for you. Thank you, and God bless you.
I love that.
I love it. You know, he's such a master troller.
Yep.
The stuff that he's doing with Jeffries and Schumer is so funny, and they get so butthurt over it, which makes it even, you know, even people who are probably aligned that way have to say it sometimes. Guys, stop, grow up, be a man, stop engaging in high school antics. But we got to play it. The Jeffrey Sombrero can.
Yeah.
Do you have number 4, Bill? Did that one come across? If we can play that one, this is a classic. I don't know if Trump made this or did he repost this? Somebody made it for him.
I think he reposted this. This is great. He's talking about how Hakeem Jeffries and Cuck Schumer are all about the the illegal immigrants getting their health care. Which one is it for?
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
Bill, you got 4. Oh, there we go.
He's got it.
No way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us. So we need new voters. And if we give all these illegal aliens free health care, we might be able to get them on our side so they can vote for us. They can't even speak English.
I love it.
So they won't realize we're just a bunch of woke pieces of shit, you know, at least for a while until they learn English and they realize they hate us too.
I just love our president who is able to take a joke, obviously. Yeah. He's able to dish out some pretty good jokes and some great bits. And let me do the Dennis Miller line. The last time I saw balls that big, they were chasing Indiana Jones down a tunnel, baby. And not only him, and this is what I love. Hegseth, Vance, Rubio, every one of those guys could be interchangeable.
Yep.
They stand up They speak directly. They tell the truth. Somebody said to me once, you want to know how to handle life? You show up, pay attention, you tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys are showing up, paying attention, and telling the truth.
Absolutely.
I don't know. You might not agree with everything they say in form, but how can you disagree with the way they do it?
You can't.
They're in charge. They're running the show.
And you know what? It's good to see a Republican with a set of nads for once. The set of nads, because for so long, well, they're going to call us racist if we don't play along. They're going to call us racist. They're going to call me a bigot and a fascist and a Nazi and a fascist Nazi bigot. And folks, those words mean nothing now. The phrase is semantic satiation. You use a word so often, it loses its meaning. And now...
Ooh, I like that. What was that again?
Semantic satiation.
Ooh, I'm using that.
Yeah. And not only does it become meaningless, now it's a joke. Now it's a joke. Now, if someone doesn't call me a fascist, I go, well, I'm not working hard enough. I guess I better get online and start giving out some more opinions or something, because no one's called me a fascist in quite a while.
You semantic satiations, whatever it was you just said.
Absolutely.
Our whole lives, our whole adult lives, you and I, we have never seen anything like this. We've seen these pressed out politicians that toe the policy line, and we know there's only one party. That they say one thing, they do another. We got so used to it, we just got conditioned. This is a wag the dog situation, and you and I felt that something ignite when Trump said, "I need you to come down to D.C. on January 6th. I'm going to need you here."
Yep.
You and I went. I don't know what it was that gripped us, but it's now gripping the rest of the country and the world. And people are waking up. And there's a woman. If you can pull this one up, I'd love to share this with Kevin right now. Cut 7. This is a British woman. She's called the Lioness of. I'm going to say the Lioness of London. I know I got the wrong.
Leeds, maybe.
Oh, might be Leeds. Oh, very. What was it? Semantics of satiation.
Semantic satiation.
Yeah, she might be the Lioness of Leeds. This woman is jumping. Check this out. This is the spirit that's gripping the world right here. Here it is.
But I believe that they can be civilly taught. I don't think that wanting to ensure the future survival of my people is unacceptable or should be seen as offensive to other people. We have a right to our exclusive identity, our home, history, heritage, culture, and to exist as a people. Nobody has the right to take that from us. The people who are trying to take that from us are the extremists, in my opinion.
And I didn't think that feels at all like exclusive or kind of contradictory with this lovely man could make a home here, because he's a gift. From the Roman.
How do we explain the 1 million white children that have been raped in racially and religiously motivated crimes by people of his community? How is my community supposed to reconcile the fact that they opened up their doors, gave refuge to people that said, please, let us come here for a better life? And then what do? Rape, rob, extort, terrorize, and kill our people. And you expect us not to be angry about that?
Yes, I recognise none of that from this lovely man. And
but it is coming from his community against mine, and it's racially and religiously motivated by foreign peoples that have come into our country from our gratitude.
But that's the plan.
It's not an exclusively Asian thing. There are white folks who...
Yes, there are white men that rape.
Yeah.
There are rapists of all things. The difference is that this is a racially and religiously motivated act of genocide that is targeted against our people to cause our people's harm. In the Genocide Convention, it specifically states, B means causing physical and mental harm to members of a specific group. So you're not going to argue with me that gang raping children is not going to cause them serious physical and mental harm. And the difference is there's been 1 million white children, 1 million white kids in the last few decades that have been raped by Muslim Pakistani men. It is targeted, and our community have a right to be angry. If it was any other country and any other peoples, they'd be burning down the homes and trimming you out the country. But because white people are so tolerant, so far all we've done is demos, but that will come to an end, and I assure you. And we don't involve ourselves in gratuitous violence and terrorism. We're white people. We desolate continents, we wipe out civilizations, and we start world wars. So far we've been tolerant. But you wait until that tolerance is gone. When the Anglo-Saxon no longer to tolerate the robbing and extortion and theft of our identity.
You wait till our tolerance is gone. Folks, they've been pushing tolerance for years. All right?
That's one of their trigger words that they love to hide behind. Anytime
Tolerant.
you see a bumper sticker that says coexist, I guarantee you they're running people off the road.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this started, a lot of it started with the LGBT FBI crew. They said, you have to tolerate us. And it went from tolerance to acceptance to we're going to cut off your kid's penis, and if you don't let us, we're going to take him away from you. And you straight guys, you should be coddling his lady nuts over here, because if you don't, you're transphobic. And they think calling us these names is going to work. She hits the nail on the head. We've been tolerant. But I just wrote an article about this. It's called Charlie Kirk, Trans Violence, and the Baseball Park Shooting, Tolerance, the Skyrocketing Price of Tolerance. And it's how we've been tolerant because we've been socially conditioned to be tolerant. And if you're not tolerant, you're a bigot. And this was always the plan. Bring these people in and eradicate Western civilization. That's why they're here. All right? You don't see soccer hooligans going out to Syria to rape and do this thing down there. No one's going there to rape people. They're coming here. And I hate to say it, it's disgusting. Sexual assault is a huge part of taking over a nation. It is a huge part of it.
Part of the demoralization.
Absolutely.
And notice, I love how Trump once said, truth is a force of nature. It has a power all its own. You cannot stop the truth. It's a force of nature. And you notice she was speaking so powerfully and so truthfully that jackass with the choose love sign, how dare you wear a collar like you're a priest, choose love. And that's another thing. Anytime you see them saying choose love, you know it's just the opposite. You're not being chosen if you're not one of them.
Yep.
But he couldn't respond to her because she was right, not just in form, but in content. What she was saying, and I love how she ended it with, we've been tolerant, but we also have won world wars.
Yeah.
Don't test us.
Yeah.
Excuse me, don't test us anymore. We've had enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you want the stats on this, folks, I know the guy says, well, you know, white men rape too. In England, 85% of the sexual assaults are committed by Pakistani Muslims. And they're allowed to get away with it because we're tolerant. And if you arrest the Muslims, John, you're racist.
Well, you know, Kevin, I don't know if I ever told you this, but basically, one day I wanted to meet a girl that I could fall in love with. She would fall in love with me. We would get to know and love and respect each other, and then she would let me set her on fire. But that was just me. Sorry, that's a Bob Nelson bit. I love you, Bob. I hope you're watching.
Sad part is we did have an illegal immigrant set a woman on fire on the New York City subway. Oh, let's just touch on this briefly. Everyone's going nuts. Trump is sending the military into these towns. How many times have Kathy Hochul sent the National Guard into the subways to keep illegal immigrants from raping people and setting them on fire? Constantly.
Nobody said anything. And she sent fat National Guard troops. At least now we're going to have the leaner, meaner versions, the ones that are going to kill things and break your stuff, according to Pete Hegseth.
All right, John, did you see 20 FBI agents got fired for taking a knee for George Fentanyl Floyd? Did you see that?
I heard about it, but I didn't hear the George Fentanyl Floyd thing. I love it.
One of them is a beach ball. I'll pull a picture up.
Great.
She's just a salad dodger. I'm like, how did you get into the uniform? How did you get into the uniform? DEI, baby.
She's a trans fat.
Trans fatty acid. That's what she is. I don't have a picture of that, but I'll show you later. But folks, if you just Google whatever, go to Twitter, put in FBI agents fired, you'll see this portly woman. She's size 14. Yes, she's probably a size 16. She's a beast. Taking a knee, probably had to help her up. We'll be back. Stick around.
Who broke the television?
Can we laugh at that? Sounds a little mean.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory.
Hearts. Am I the only one that could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer. fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets. Live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Whoa, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Downey Jr. with the Be Free, Stay Free podcast. My friend John Mulrooney and I having fun and hoping you are too. We've got a lot going on. John, you got some clips you want to run past us?
Yeah, you know, we've been going back and forth. All this weird stuff that's been going on with Charlie Kirk, all of this new information that's emerging around the assassination of him and the weird stuff that's going on the campus there. They're paving over the spot where it happened. They're redoing the surfaces of the ceiling. But clip one is this is with Candace Owens and Howie Mandel demonstrating some hologram technology, and it's just some food for thought. Wait till you take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Right, so you could be anywhere in real time, and this could be if you've got a speaking day or whatever, you could be in your house.
I'm never leaving my house.
That's what I said.
No, I'm never leaving my house. Why do they need me to go to speeches?
You don't.
Why am I here? Why didn't I send hologram candidates?
We have one in our
That's what you do. You don't have to do speeches.
That's a hologram of Howie.
Really?
Yep. Watch this. Now she goes in.
Record me.
Watch this. So what
J.D. Smalls is here, so he actually didn't go to heaven. He's also here. He's just been trapping all of us. All of our souls are here, so please send help and reinforcements. He really trapped me in here. I'm trying to get out. I have no way out. Also, J.D. Smalls is here. It's really weird. I didn't know he's right here.
I gotta turn the volume up for you, though.
Please.
That is terrifying.
Candace Owens, she's a firecracker for sure. With her sharp tongue and controversial takes, she's like the human embodiment of a Twitter storm. But hey, you've got to respect the hustle.
What is happening?
She knows how to make headlines.
Tell me about Candace Owens in Japanese.
キャンディス・オーウェンズですか？彼女は確かに話題の人ですね。彼女の白い言葉書いて利益を醸す意見で、まるで X 先ツイッターの荒のような存在です。でもね、彼女の活動には敬意を表します。見出しを作るのがうまいんですから。
I've got more to say about you in Japanese.
I see a group of people standing around in a room. We're in a casual setting with some couches and chairs.
This is terrifying, John. Why would you bring this in? I'm scared.
Goodbye.
So now you don't have to leave your house to do a gig.
No.
So no matter where you are in the world, whatever booth is it in whatever country, they can literally give you. You can be speaking in their language to them, and they can answer you back in their language, and you'll hear it in English.
Wow.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Now, if the other part of this is, in my opinion, if this is what they're showing us, we already know how this works. They're 50 years ahead of this. in what they, maybe even more in what they really have.
Absolutely. And you know what else I think? Now, remember, Soviet defector Yuri Bezmenov said, we're going to bombard people with so much fake information, they won't know what's real, they won't know what to think. Now they can do it, and it's not even, the person's not even real.
That's my point. People have been showing some anomalous video and photographic evidence around the Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know what it means yet, but it's enough to make me question what we actually saw that day. And I think that as we move forward, I think this is a good thing because 9/11, something hinky is definitely went on at 9/11. I'm not buying that a bunch of guys with box cutters flew planes into a building and took it down. And then now we're starting to see more and more that there was a lot of weird things with 9/11. But the good news here is, the internet obviously cuts both ways. It only took days for people to start pointing out the anomalies. And I'm not saying, again, evidence is not proof. We've had this discussion many, many times. To me, that video of Candace Owens and Howie Mandel is evidence that there is a capability that we're just finding out about that's pretty damn advanced. Is that the first time you saw that?
First time
video?
I've seen that. I've never seen anything like that.
And
it's terrifying.
Right. And the fact that it can interact in different languages and everything else and show you in real time. And so if that's what they can do with that, and there's all these weird things going around Charlie Kirk, it is making me wonder. You know about all of the controversy with the movie Snake Eyes, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and go look it up. Go look up Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage, and you'll see all of the weird coincidences. Although people don't believe in coincidences.
Right.
Someone once told me small miracles in which God chooses to remain anonymous. Coincidences. So I don't know what's going on. It's just food for thought, in my opinion. If they have that, who knows what else they have?
They're not letting us know the tricks they have up their sleeves at this point. There's no way. Now, John, can you explain to someone, because ever since you taught me this, I've told people, and they don't always get it. Evidence is not proof.
Evidence is not proof. And I'll give you the example they gave us once in the academy. It's evidence. You take the evidence, you gather it, you bring it to a DA or to a court, and then it's decided what happened. And here was the example they gave us. There was a rash of sexual assaults that were going on up in a couple of New York colleges. There were like 3 campuses within a very short distance of each other. And these women were being sexually assaulted. And the MO of one of at least 2 of the incidents, the perpetrator was allegedly taking underwear that belonged to the women and photographs. Okay, so they set up surveillance. They watched. The guy made a move. They found this guy. He turned out to be an assistant teacher. They brought him in, an Asian dude. He was an exchange student. They brought him in. We got our guy. Here he is. Everybody can rest easily. As they're booking him, it happened again. 2 sexual predators were moving in parallel to the same victims, unbeknownst to each other.
Wow.
So while they're over here going, success, aha, we arrested the guy, we got him, we got the pictures, he had the underwear, blah, blah, blah. No one thought there's another one. And they didn't know each other. They had evidence, but they didn't have the proof.
Right.
So that's the example of evidence not being proof. So the point I'm making is, as we're watching this stuff unfold, obviously log what's going on, keep an eye on it, make a note of it in your mind, but hold off on whether or not you think that's proof of what happened.
Yep. There's another one. So, folks, look at it this way. When you're watching TV and they said the FBI pulled 9 boxes of evidence out of his garage, it's not proof. It's something they want to look at in their lab or have tested. Hey, KDJ's making bombs in his garage. And the cops come, and they say, some black powder on the floor. Better scoop that up. He's got an old cell phone. He's got a box of nails. He's got tools. Take it all. Well, it turns out the black powder was a charcoal briquette. And we did find gunpowder, but we know he was blowing off firecrackers. All the evidence says he didn't do it. No, evidence says we don't think he did it. But it could still come out later. You don't get exonerated. Remember when Trump didn't go down for Trump-Russia collusion? They all said, well, he wasn't exonerated. Well, you can't be for something like that. Because maybe I am making bombs. Maybe the cops just didn't scoop up enough evidence, enough proof of evidence. Now, can you please explain? We've seen riots. You've seen riots in New York City. There's a big black guy. He's a big fat guy. He was selling loose cigarettes, and he got in a fight with a cop. And then a couple days later, the coroner says it's a homicide, and they all go murder. But homicide is not murder.
All deaths are a homicide until you've figured out otherwise. Right. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it's murder. That's correct. Yes.
So here's the deal, folks. Murder is a form of homicide, but not all forms of homicide are murder. Justifiable homicide. Some guy kicks in the door and goes, I'm going to kill you. And I go, not today. Boom.
Right.
Justifiable homicide. Homicide means someone died because of something someone else did. Is that accurate?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So when you hear homicide, it doesn't mean murder. All right?
Could be manslaughter.
Yeah, could be. So if when we moved out of Detroit, we had an in-ground pool.
That's murder.
That's murder. And someone said, you got to lock your gate. Because if a kid walks in and goes in, that's negligent homicide. And my dad could have gone to jail. Negligent, because in the town we lived in, Westland, they had a law. If you have a pool, you got to have a lock on your gate.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure a kid walked in and something bad happened, and they probably changed the laws.
I don't know, but that sounds criminal. Is that criminal or is that civil? I don't know. Whatever. I get it. Yeah, you're right. So we were talking before about, watching. You see what's going on with the AI. Clip 9, Catherine Austin Fitz says that digital ID and AI money is going to control humanity. That, along with what we're seeing here, they're coming hard with everything they got. If we can play clip 9.
My chief concern, if you look at what AI is good at, AI is very good at simulating anything that can be expressed mathematically. And of course, the thing we all know can be expressed mathematically are our financial transactions. And the reality is, if I can track you closely where you're going and what you're doing, and I can get you on programmable money, which can be turned on and off, then I can start to use AI and surveillance systems and algorithms to basically manage and control your behavior. So if I want you living in a 15-minute city, your money won't work beyond the 15 minutes unless you do what I say. So we have a wonderful woman who runs our Team Cash, and she says, what are you going to do when they show up and say, either you transgender your children or we're going to turn off your money? So what we're talking about doing is building a system that will allow you to be surveillance and tracked and turn your money on and off, or incentivize you or penalize you in a variety of ways with your money that can be integrated with your behavior. So once you add programmable, all this stuff looks great, and there are many wonderful applications in theory, but when you integrate it with a digital ID and programmable money, then you're talking about complete control. And let me tell you why that's a problem. If you look around the world today, we are watching many different divide and conquer tactics used to cover up the real problem. Right now, we are in a political war between the mega rich and everybody else. And the question is, if you're the mega rich, how are you going to control the many when you are few? The way you're going to do it is with programmable money, but programmable money doesn't click in and work well unless you've got everybody on the grid. You need to be able to track them, you need to be able to watch their behavior, you need to be able to influence their behavior, and then you've got complete control.
This is going on in China right now. They're so close to this.
That is not just
the social
an
credit
internet
score.
of bodies. That is a coup d'etat. That is the end of human liberty in the West.
Yep, it's coming, folks. It's in China. It's this close in China. They've got a lot of bad things going on. We'll talk about the social and it was this ESG, environmental and social governments. Are you green? Are you woke? We'll be right back.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Gold and silver, it's God's money, and we all need it. Unfortunately, the whole precious metals industry is rigged in favor of the wealthy people. In fact, it's so complicated that 95% of all Americans don't own any precious metals. What the industry needed was a way for us to buy fractional units of precious metals, get free storage in a secure vault, have them insured, take physical possession of the metals, or instantaneously liquidate the assets at one of the highest buyback prices in the industry. Well, now there is. It's called a sound money account, and everybody needs one. With a membership, you can start buying gold and silver with as little as $1. Now that fits everyone's budget. Also, our members can gift gold and silver between each other in our sound money accounts. What a great way to pass on generational wealth. You'll be able to rest easier knowing you have the security and flexibility found in having your very own sound money account. Please scan the QR code or go to tafwsoundmoney.com to learn more. The America First Warehouse wants every American to have access to owning their very own precious metals.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Oh, man, it's the final segment. Boo! We're having fun. Ladies and gentlemen, when we're done, please do me a favor. This comes in just hot off the presses from our friend Phil. Go to HUD.gov, and what you'll see is a big sign that says the radical left in Congress shut down the government. HUD will use available resources to help Americans in need. All right? This is great. They're really pounding Cuck Schumer on this. I think
Cuck Schumer, I love it.
You know, I think by the time Trump is done, there's going to be the Democratic Party is going to be shambles. What do you think, John?
Dude, you and I have been. We go back and forth about the whole Q thing, but Q has projected and said from the beginning, ever since I started reading those posts, they said when all is said and done, the Democratic Party will cease to exist. That's why I've been watching those Q posts for years. Q has been saying that. And some of it was pretty hard to take in when I first started reading it. So much of it was prescient, and we're living through it now. And that was one of the things that it keeps saying over and over and over again. When this is all done, they will cease to exist. And it also says never interrupt an enemy when they're in the process of destroying themselves.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're eating each other.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing. And P.S., I'm sorry to cut you off.
No.
It looks like one of the things that I heard Trump was going to retool, and please, dear Jesus, please, is TSA.
Really?
He said he's already floated out that he's going to turn that over to a private organization. Enough with them. They do no good for us. I don't want to hear, for a little bit of your safety and convenience. Nonsense. They are a gigantic pain in the ass. They don't do anything except complicate things. And now, you ever walk up to TSA and see these signs? We will not tolerate any abusive language or any of that. Who the hell are you? You work for us. Well, what is this place I'm walking into here? Is this suddenly not America? Yeah.
So, John, you mentioned you mentioned TSA.
Yes, Kevin.
Did you see this today? Might have come out last night.
Don't do that.
The TSA had been weaponized by the Joe Biden, the Joe Biden administration.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. I was flying to Vegas, and you check in at the kiosk. Oh, you got to go talk to the lady. So I go talk to the lady, and she's I've never seen this. I don't understand what's going on. And then she makes a phone call. 18 minutes into the phone call, she looks at me like I have 3 heads. She's just terrified.
Were you wearing that sweater?
I was not, but I was allegedly at J6, and here it comes. So now I'm all but probed by big muscly men. Over here, please, and put your hands on here. We're going to go through your bag, and flew to Vegas, flew back, and then the next week, Jessica and I were going to Alaska for a gig. Same thing, up and down. The 4 S's. We had the 4 S's. So we were part of that thing. And here's the fun part. You fly from New York to, I think, Seattle, and then you catch another plane there. But we had to go through the process again, even though we were already on the other side. And on the way back, so we were on this list that they're talking about.
Dude, you know that happened to me also.
Yep.
Coming in and out as a comic, working comic, I was coming in and out of the country. This first time it happened, it was off of a cruise ship. And you have to come in if you go out for 2 days and come back in. You got to go through customs. It's just a formality. You go through customs, walk around, and get right back on the ship. I've done it literally probably 100 times. It's nothing. You show me your passport, you walk right back on. This one day, I went to go out and everything turned red. Ring, bing, and they went. Oh, they even went. Oh, you got to stand over here. I went. What the hell is this?
Yep.
They pulled me off into a room. Again, there was sidebars, whispering this and that. 20 minutes, I'm going, what the hell is going on? They're like, oh, okay, you're good. Come back in. 2 weeks later, happens again. I'm going, what the hell is this? The third time, I wasn't planning on getting off the ship, and a CBP person came aboard and said, we need to see your electronics. That's when I snapped, and I said, the F you do. I said, where's your warrant? And apparently, because of the Patriot Act, they don't, and I don't know if it was specifically because of that, but they don't need a warrant if you're coming in, but to go through your electronics.
Yep.
What do you think I'm hiding in my laptop? And that's when it dawned on me, and thankfully I said to the guy, I said, I'm a cop, right? And the guy was like, oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were just an attendant. I said, no, but I know what's going on here. And I told him. And he finally, he said, well, we're not allowed to say, but. I went, then that's all you need to say. I realized the FBI had put me on that same list because I would not cooperate with them and throw friends under the bus after that whole. I should have. He did it. See, if it wasn't for you, I would have been able to get on and off that ship. Yeah, but they put me on that friggin' list and broke my shoes about it.
Yeah, us too. Jessica, myself, and that's really scary, folks. When the FBI's at your door and then they're shaking you down at the airport.
My brother, 22-year veteran of the NYPD, combat. He had won the Combat Cross. They showed up to his new job. A trooper and an FBI field agent showed up, and man, he blasted them. He let them have it. Thankfully, they were like, yeah, we're really sorry. We got to do this and that. Okay, all right, no problem. But thanks, but no thanks.
Do you want to tell them why they came? Who tipped them off?
Oh, it was the purple hair in that.
Yeah. It was a Gorgon.
Yeah, it was a. What'd you call him? A Gorgon in a weed store. Yeah, Gorgon in a weed store.
Yep.
Overheard him talking about being down at J6.
And they took it seriously.
She filed a complaint, and then and he wasn't. They weren't supposed to tell him, but because they realized what nonsense it was, and they were dealing with a decorated NYPD veteran, he goes, How did you get here? And he goes, well, we're not supposed to say, but did you frequent a such and such a place? And then he went, no. And then he called the boss. You know what? He got her fired.
Good.
He called the owner, and the owner fired her. Thank you. Yeah, a blue-haired Gorgon.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exactly. Here's what they're doing, though. Here's how they're vilifying all of us. This is, if you will, cut 6. This is the American Defense League CEO comparing Christianity to a virus. And this is what they're doing to people of faith like ourselves. I mean, I never asked you, are you a Jesus believer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gone back and forth over the years, but
yeah. Okay,
absolutely.
There you go. All right, yeah. But any people of faith, but specifically Christians.
Yes.
Cut 6 if you can pull pull that up and play that.
Anti-Semitism is a bit of like a virus.
You'll have your own strong viewpoints, but I believe that they can be civilly talked.
That's a different one.
I don't think that one.
Anti-Semitism is a bit of like a virus. And like some viruses, it exists in the kind of body politic, and it's dormant, like chickenpox. You get chickenpox as a young person, and then
it's
after
ADL. I got something on this.
The kind of inflammation subsides, it's still in you, and it can manifest again when you're older.
Do you believe this?
What an
because of
animal.
Stress or age as shingles. Although you can get inoculated and you can prevent that from happening. So I think anti-Semitism is similar. It's like this contagion. It's as old as time, right? We face it for thousands of years. First it was, after the death of Christ, there were these accusations that the Jews killed Christ, and that the Jews weren't a real religion because we didn't accept Christ.
The Irish.
We didn't accept Muhammad.
They weren't a real
So you
religion.
have
Yeah,
this,
what's the Irish?
the Jewish religion isn't legitimate, and that was the basis for the Crusades. Which is
Listen to this guy.
Remembers the expulsion.
What's his name? It was his Ahmed.
We had all these horrible things, and then after the Age of Reason, it was
the Age of Reason.
Maybe, and they realized that the sun doesn't revolve around the Earth, and the Earth isn't flat. Then it was okay. Well, maybe Judaism is okay as a religion, but it's the Jewish race that isn't legitimate. And then we saw kind of anti-Semitism metastasize into this kind of race-based form of hate, which of course exploded with the Shoah. And then after the tragedy of that, the injustice of that was exposed, people that said, well, it's not that their religion is illegitimate or their race is illegitimate. Now it's the Jewish state that's illegitimate. And we see that
it's the Jewish
in the form of anti-Zionism, which is anti-Semitism.
This guy calls Christianity a contagion.
So that's the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. Folks, they mean nothing. They are not some hotshot group. John and I can start something that sounds fancy like that. And
The Downey Deliverance Group.
Yeah, and we're going to decide what's a racist and what's not. They just dropped their glossary of extremism because they got in so much trouble.
I saw that.
Because they said Charlie Kirk's TPUSA is a domestic extremist and another globalist-run entity, folks. That's all it is. Now, you notice he went after Christianity. What's the religion that's running around, exploding, raping people, exploding again? Well, that'd be the religion of pieces. How come he never mentioned Islam?
The religion of pieces?
Yeah, they say the religion of peace, but they blow up. Religion of pieces.
I saw you. You got me there. It's funny. I just start typing in ADL, and the first thing that comes up is Anti-Defamation League. This says it retires glossary of extremist terms. Let me see if I can pull up some of them. But this guy refers to Christianity like it's chickenpox, like shingles.
Yep.
Like if you don't get inoculated from it, it's going to come back.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
Folks, two things the communists cannot defeat. Number one, Christianity. Number two, the nuclear family. Why do you think? Look at the 45 goals of communism to topple the U.S. Easy divorce, promiscuity, all this stuff. They don't want us to remain in a nuclear family. They want us to be drugged out, sex-crazed hippies, whatever. That's easy to beat. It's easy to beat.
Well, go back to the drugs and the sex-crazed.
Check out, folks. Here's homework for you. You're going to love it. If you check out, just Google the 45 goals of communism, you will see half of them are outdated. Start with number 11, which says, let's set up a new one-world government. And that's what they're doing now. And they need to topple Christianity, they need to topple the United States, and they need to topple the nuclear family.
And there's a reason why they don't go after Buddhists, they don't go after Muslims, and they don't go after Hindus. Because what Jesus had to teach, in my opinion, is that answer. I'm not an extremist in that regard, but there's many saints. There was one Savior. He was the guy. He showed us how to do it.
Yep.
Charlie Kirk died for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, folks. I talked to a 20-year-old on my radio station today, and we got 10 seconds left. He told me, and after Charlie Kirk died, he said, TPUSA is exploding. The 20-year-olds swinging far right. John Mulrooney will be back. See you again. Be free, stay free.